Alright, we're back in the Iron Keep at the topmost location. Hopefully no surprise invasions as we progress through here. This is how we get to the... it's the Iron Keep, so it's kind of self-explanatory. This is the location where you get to the Old Iron King DLC. It's in that portal right behind the primal bonfire. Goodbye, Turtle Man. Goodbye forever. Hop, this is safe. Don't try that at kids' home unless you got a really sick sneakers. Here's where we fought the... Oh god, don't jump. That's not what I meant to do at all. Here's where we fought one of the 4 primal bosses, or whatever you want to call them, great ones or something. And down here's the primal bonfire, all lit up and everything. And I'm hearing noises that I don't want to hear, like I'm being attacked by something. I'm sure it's fine. Maybe it's just something aggroing and still chasing me. Forbidden is the path of the ancient king's domain. With water dry and path amiss, woeful temptation is dismissed. In the tower of the Old Iron King resides a child of dark. Trespassers will face adversity befitting a monarch. Once again, just a warning saying, basically, beat the game before you come here or you're gonna get your shit pushed in. The end. Oh, the Old Iron King. There's a very dramatic looking DLC area. And here's little side summon areas where you put down your sign if you want to get summoned in by players. If you don't have the DLC and you want to fight through the optional area. The optional areas are weird. I assume one of the main reasons that stuff exists is that if you do the optional parts of the game, by being summoned into the DLC without actually buying the DLC, you can gain access to a bunch of the items from the DLC. So I guess they were trying to be like, our DLC is not pay to win, we're not breaking the PvP scene. Here, you can get these items by grinding this one thing. To try to make it fair, I guess, is why they did it. That's the only reason I can think of, because they're not really good demos. Like, they're not a good demo of the game, because the DLC areas are completely unlike the rest of the area. And honestly, I would say the DLC areas are generally worse than the rest of the DLC. And they have shitty, recycled, lazy bosses for the most part. So you're not really going to sell people on the DLC by giving them the optional areas. So here is one of the more dramatic sites. You can definitely tell they put the fog gate there just to make it so you'd have to reveal it slowly. The alternative would have been to put the slowly opening gate right there. I'm not sure why they didn't just do that. The elevator seems kind of pointless. But there's a giant chain attaching us to this tower. And that's really our only way across. There's a whole lot of falling to do between here and there. You can see basalt flats in every direction for the longest path. Praise the sun. Oh yeah, that's one way to say it. And that thing's continually spatting out fire. Yep, things are happening around here. Let's go make a mess. So we have a bit of a surprise reveal up here. Oh look! Look at all these nice little knights around here. They must have all died trying to fight this one creature. And you pull out 6 smelter wedges. And those are apparently what broke that weird idol thing that all these guys died fighting. So immediately we have the closest thing to a tutorial that Dark Souls ever gives us, because they don't want to stop and actually give real tutorials, which I applaud in many cases. Bunch of guys establishing that thing as a threat. There's a smelter wedge in it. Oh, use smelter wedges to defeat this thing. And we have a limited supply, because we didn't specifically get the smelter wedge, the killer of weird things. We got 6 smelter wedges, which infers that every time you use one, you lose it. So we immediately have established a finite element here. Oh, I can actually jump down there and not die, probably. I don't see much reason to, but that's interesting. I never considered that before. Alright, first bonfire is in pretty plain sight. And true to the amazing freaking level design in this entire DLC. Seriously, this is like the best. This DLC might be one of the best parts in a Souls game in general, with its great boss fights and great level design and really cool like mechanics tutorialization without actual tutorials. Like I just told you the smelter wedge thing. Here we have, look, there's a body over there. The body's got a thing on it. How do I get to the thing? I can't jump over there. I can't jump that far. But look, there's like chains clearly there. And oh, I have to bring that thing up here to get there. How do I bring that up there? We're going to be asking ourselves that question for a while. But the fact that we're already asking that question means we have an idea of what's going on in this DLC. And when I do get the ability to move that thing, I'm going to want to backtrack to the beginning of this level and check out what I can do now once I've changed that thing. But for now, it's just time to play. And here we have an idol immediately to test us, whether or not we were paying attention to that thing earlier there about the smelter wedges. And so, and they're smart about this, they made this one totally optional, because you could just be like, deuces, and you can just leave. You don't even have to deal with this thing. But you might as well. I guess, come to think of it, this is actually, I guess for people who aren't used to this DLC, I might recommend not doing what I just did, actually. See, the thing about the smelter wedges is they're finite. You do eventually get enough of them to destroy all of those, but some of them are harder to get, and you can mess yourself up later in the DLC, because there's actually places where you're going to be in trouble if you don't take out the idols in certain areas. You're going to be in trouble. So you shouldn't waste one up here, probably, because this is an optional one, and you can come back later when you're sure you have the souls. If you make a mistake, you can walk right down there and take the long way down to that dexterity ring. Go and take a quick. Oh, I have the covetous ring on. Whoops. So we get to play a fun game called Let's Find the Dexterity Ring. There it is. Increases dexterity. I think it's by 5 because the faith rings and other types of items like that increase your stats by 5, I believe. Not a terrible. Kind of a terrible ring to wear. I think the stat rings are only really useful if you need them to unlock access to a specific spell or piece of equipment that you can't currently wield. For example, it could suddenly let you power stance a certain weapon, for example, that you can't normally without having to put 5 more points into your strength or whatever the hell. But outside of that really specific context, I would avoid it because it's kind of a waste of a ring slot just to get 5 in a stat, when you could just invest those points over time and use the ring slots to get something you can't get via those kinds of points. Hello, sir. How are you doing today? Oh my god, did you bring friends? Oh no, you didn't. Never mind. I thought he brought a friend. But it was just a weird poof of ash. So you might be thinking, we just did a snow level. Why are we doing more snow? This is actually all ash, because of the ever-burning fires deep underneath. This is very, very much the Silent Hill movie sort of situation. Ambush ahead, therefore try rolling. You can tell people are having a lot of trouble around here because this place is completely doused in blood. Let's just press those pools of blood just to watch a horde of people run around and die. Isn't that adorable? It's kind of funny. Someone warned me that the enemies in this DLC are resistant to thrusting damage, then I'm going to be in really, really big trouble. Either they were talking about different enemies, or I'm going to be doing just fine after all. Blammo. Well, that was pretty smooth. Oh, he's still alive. My backstab damage is kind of garbage, isn't it? I don't know. When I think of backstab, I think of like, bam, massive critical damage. He's not getting up from that one. And so far in this game, I'm lately, whenever I backstab someone, I do like, I don't even kill them, even though just attacking someone twice really fast would kill somebody. So really, a backstab only seems to be useful for my current build in the very specific situation where I just want to immobilize somebody, such as PvP type scenarios. So we already have a big confusing area, also encouraging backtracking and exploration. There's a weird path over there. That's important to note right now. Look at that. It's an elevator. That's good to know, because you might not be immediately clear on how to get to an elevator, but there's clearly an elevator on the side of that wall in a whole lit up area that we won't immediately have access to it, I don't think. And that's sort of one of the more secret areas, but it's got one of the cooler opponents in it, and it's got one of our optional bosses in it. Unlike the other DLCs, there's actually out of the 3 bosses, 2 of them are optional in this DLC. It's kind of a weird change, but basically after you beat the first boss, you immediately have the crown of the Iron King, and then you're just done with that. Which means that Granted, it's like the hardest boss in all of Dark Souls, so it's not that simple. But if you really want the Crown of the Iron King, which you should if you're a spellcaster, because it restores your spellcasting, which is amazing, you can just go after that specific boss, and then you already have it, and then you can continue with your remaining 8 DLC bosses that aren't that one. So that's an interesting trade-off. Take out the hardest boss first, make everything else easier potentially. Because once again the benefit of another Titanite slab. I'm just drowning in those right now. The benefit of the Old Iron King's crown is that it restores one spell cast per spell on all the spells you're currently equipped. And it does that every like minute or so, or 5 minutes. I think it is every minute. We have to be fast here because there's a lot of enemies in the area that all aggro on you at once. Kinda. Is he coming after me? Yeah. So I'm gonna assume that I did so much damage to that guy because I crit him, because I'm still wearing the engraved gauntlets. Rare chance of normal attacks becoming critical hits. Because I one-shot that dude when he got up, and I'm pretty sure that was because I specifically triggered a crit. Going in the side room is helpful. The guys in the side room tend to aggro on you anyway, so attacking them directly helps. And you just kind of have to see who happens to aggro on you at that point. Oh, hello. Hello, welcome to the party. You're a little late. Ow. Okay. Congratulations. Oh wow, you're landing a number of attacks on me. I was about to say congratulations, you're the first one to hit me, and then he hit me several times. Way to go, me. Here we go. It's more or less what I was hoping for. Anyone else coming to the party? No. Wow, that's some really garbage backstab damage. He's got a weird effect on him. I think that's him. I think that stuff shedding off of him was just ash, because he just came out of the ground, but I could be wrong about that. Let's try to put this on really quick. Uh-oh. It's easy to button mash your way through the Smelter wedge prompt, but you really want to say yes. So you might say no multiple times trying to say yes. Hey guy, just get out of my way. Just want to take a look around. Anyone else woken up around here? I'm hearing noises. I think you're able to go up there or something and drop down in an alternative path. I'll take a quick look at it, but I think you might have to make a change to the whole area again. What's interesting is that I'll just go ahead and say, like, the change you make is that you power this place up, so all the machinery starts moving, and that's an interesting thing because that's it actually goes hand in hand with Dark Souls 2's main area. Oh, I can make it from there. There we go. It's hand in hand with Dark Souls 2's old Iron Keep that we were just at. Hello, friend. Freaky living armor thing. It's dead. It's fine. Don't worry. This is an alternate way of attacking here, since the enemies are just kind of all over the place. You can take them out with a ranged attack. My weapon doesn't seem to have much trouble with them, though, so I'm not overly concerned. But it's interesting because you have to deal with powering down the main area, so powering up this area is kind of an interesting contrast, and it plays with a mechanic you've already dealt with before, which makes it more understandable to the player. Bonfire ahead and then item. There's a bonfire. Gonna start clicking on things. Oh, you meant bonfire aesthetic. You're just using language incorrectly. Okay, fine. I'll take it. Like I have a choice. Can I drop any further? I can drop down there, but that might not benefit me. Let's see, is there somewhere to go from there? Oh yeah, there's a platform in there. Alright, let's take a look-see. Hi! Oh, this is just the same platform I would have dropped on from the other side. Silly me. Alright. Let's pull us some levers and see what we find. And so we see outside, and they give us another close-up view of this burning thing over here, just to show us, hey, there's fire somewhere, maybe we should check that out. So as you might imagine, there's a fully lit up, clearly powered up tower. Here's a cold dead tower. What we're going to do is, if I remember correctly, is we're going to try to use that power to power up this place. We're going to like flip a switch or connect it or something like that. Watch out for enemies. Generally, if you see these guys sticking out of the ground, that usually means that someone's going to come out and attack you somewhere. It's also good to break them for that exact reason, that you get items sometimes. I kind of forget about that. Hey look, an item. Lois Talisman. Hey look, guys coming out of the ground to ambush you because you tried to get that item. That wasn't very nice. They're surprisingly easy to dodge just by walking in a direction, kind of. Oh, you guys are adorable. There we go. Take a seat, you very slow undead. So here's... That ranks pretty high on the incredibly obvious illusionary walls. Uh-oh, I have a floating shadow over there that's not connected to any other shadows. Illusionary, you don't need to leave a warning about that, buddy. We got it. Was this full of water? Yep, that's the water effect. When you're covered in water, you become resilient to fire damage. Don't know if that's going to be handy around here, but it's definitely handy in a number of other locations. Here we go. What do we get? What do we get in here? Wow, soul vessel times 2? I don't remember that. That's crazy. Alright, I have 7 soul vessels, and I think I've already used one of them in this playthrough. Because you'll remember, if you were really specific in your memory, that at one point I spent points on intelligence just because I wanted to talk to that one mage vendor. Because I like trophies, and the only trophy I wanted to get the trophy for getting everyone into Majula, and the spellcaster guy won't talk to you till you have enough intelligence. The hexer will never go to Majula, so you don't need to deal with him. That's why I killed him, or why I was okay with killing him, to show you guys the quest I'd never done before for Navlan. What do you have here? Try fire. I'll try hand. I'll try opening the door with my hand. Because I'm a mature adult. Oh, hey. Hey, guys. So these guys are covered in, there are a bunch of, enemies carrying barrels. They seem afraid of us, because they don't really want to hang out near us. I'm just kind of waiting for this to happen, honestly. Come on. Oh, come on, buddies. Just run over in there. There you go. Yep, those are barrels full of gunpowder, it would appear. So don't play in the fire. Especially with the weird barrel people that don't like to be alive, apparently. Their entire purpose in life, apparently, is just to carry barrels around in incredibly deadly areas. Also, this guy's apparently just gonna die. So good on him, too. I've never been more proud. Watch out. So that guy has a bow, and that nasty bow user has a levitating bow. He'll freaking launch it up in the air and attack you that way. Well, it's a good thing the fire was there to weaken him. Come on, guys, just wander. That's really startling when it happens when you're wearing headphones. Hey, buddy. Just please kill yourself so I don't have to worry about you anymore. I think at some point in this DLC there's like a specific puzzle attached to taking care of these guys. Do I dare picking up this item? Oh wow, I actually got it. That was no big deal. Hey, buddy. I don't think there's any more. Yeah, there's nothing to blow him up over here. Let's just get him out of the way. He's trying to kill me with his barrel. Get out of here. Get out of here. Bye. There we go. That's some funsies. I'm gonna go ahead and equip my fire bombs, because this is actually useful. See, those guys have exploding barrels, as we've established here, and I have the ability to light things on fire. What a coincidence. Let's use this. Uh-oh. Well, that didn't really work out in my favor. Don't play with fire, kids. Yeah, that could have gone better. I was kind of hoping he'd run away from me towards the enemy, but he kind of just hung out. Did the opposite of what I was hoping would happen. Alright, hey everybody, you gonna ambush me? Nope. Oh, he's throwing firebombs now. Taking charge. Come on. He's down. Let's try to lure this guy away from this chest. Because last time I played this DLC, I actually destroyed that chest. Because I was trying to fight these guys. And wasn't really thinking about the fact that melee attacks can destroy chests. I never really encountered the problem of actually having to fight close enough to a chest for it to be at risk of exploding, frankly. But let's see what was in there all this time. I probably already answered this question for myself at some point, but I don't remember. Oh, Castis or Castis plus 8. That's just the fist weapon that I don't know how to pronounce the name of. Bonfire! Yes! By the way, someone asked me, they're like, I think you forgot the Drakeblood armor. I got the Drakeblood armor. I had the whole... Wow, does it weigh that little? Okay, it doesn't weigh that little. This Northwater armor weighs basically nothing, but I can run around in the Drakeblood armor for a little bit if I want to. Looks pretty freaking sweet, honestly. Maybe take off the crown that's not really doing anything for me. Where's my Drakeblood helm? Let's put the whole set on, maybe? As you can see, this dresses me up as those looter characters we saw in the area before Elsana. I keep almost saying Nashandra. It's a really cool looking armor set. It might be my favorite armor set in this game. Possibly because the mask reminds me of the fluted armor from Demon Souls, which is probably still my favorite armor in that series. I'm gonna try to stick with low equipment load for the most part, though, so I don't really want to completely load myself up in that way. I can do that. Run around it with that a little bit. Yeah, 46% is fine. Alright, yeah. New look for a little while. So I think we're going to take a quick little break, so see you guys next time as we explore deeper into the old Iron King DLC. So far, so good. I expect it to change. Soul of Nadalia, bride of Ash, who renounced her flesh and wandered Broom Tower. When Nadalia came to this land, the king she sought was no longer there. Dispirited, she forsook her own soul and clung to the heirlooms of the old king. This is only a fragment of a soul and cannot be used in this state. So we still need to find the rest of Nadalia's souls.